just an average person who's trying to be consistent. I want to rehearse every single day because I want to be the best at helping people build consistency, which I'm currently really too aware that I'm not the best yet. And yeah, for today's live stream, I'm not really feeling that well too actually. It's more like physically and also psychologically to some extent. So I'm not planning to have any script. I'm just gonna be having some impromptu speech, thinking, just speaking whatever comes in my mind. So when I was still in the, this is also one of the part of improving my English because I want to be able to speak fluently in English. I think one of the best ways to basically just force my brain to speak English in, definitely some context, about helping people build consistency, but with no structure or script whatsoever, just whatever thought that comes to mind. Okay, so let's start. So I was always struggled to be consistent at doing my thing. Well, this starts from I think from junior high school because before junior high school I'm not really that serious about life. I'm just a kid, I'm just a child. All I know is to play and have fun and not improve my life, just enjoy my life and stuff. But on the 7th grade, yeah, I basically read this manga, this comic, Japanese comic called One Punch Man, and it to some extent, and it's really motivated me. Okay, so it's a story about this superhero named Saitama, and one of his superpower, basically, yeah, this is like his main superpower is to basically to be able to just punch his enemy and defeat it by one punch. But the thing that I really do admire here is not because he's so strong. Well, yeah, he is really strong. Yeah, this is a fictional story, definitely. But still, I really do admire because the author just write it down in a way that's really making me interested in it, and it's a really great manga. You guys just can check it out. So basically, the thing that really made me interested and really made me invested in the comic is basically because of the lore. Actually, it's the lore is pretty. The lore, the story, the world building is actually pretty cool. But the coolest thing that I found here is that the consistency that the main character has. So Saitama, he basically have this routine. Well, this is not medical advice though, but the hi Rhino Rina. So thank you for watching this live stream. This is gonna be rehearsing for day 354 of consistently helping people build consistency. If you have any questions or advice regarding consistency or anything, you can just drop it down on the uh, live chat box. Well, on today's live stream, I don't really have any script. I'm just gonna go impromptu because this is one way on how can I improve my English to be basically just force my brain to speak whatever it has in its mind, and yeah, basically speaking in the context of consistency. I'm sorry, Rhino Rina. I don't really speak Japanese. I also cannot read Japanese words, letters. So basically, there's this one manga, one comic book that I really do like. It's called One Punch Man, where the I'm from Indonesia. Well, yeah, yeah. So basically, the MC just do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10 kilometers of running every single day for 3 years. Okay, basically, the exercise itself, the routine itself, yeah, to some extent it's really hard. It's hard to some extent, but it's not like something that's really amazing. But to be able to do it for 3 years, okay, 3 years, yeah, I know this is fictional, but this is still, the concept of it just stuck in my mind of doing something consistently every single day, doing something that's hard consistently over every single day over the course of 3 years. It's really just amazing for me. And basically, the MC, the main character, he got this superpower to basically just defeat his enemy with this one punch. Okay, so to some extent, I got really motivated, right? Basically, like, I don't know, it's junior high school. I think it's somewhere around like 7 years ago. Okay, so 7 years ago, I was just a skinny kid. Well, I'm still skinny to some extent right now. Well, to some extent, yeah, I'm still skinny right now. But I used to be way more skinny. Like, I think like 7 years ago, I don't know, I think like 10 centimeters, not this tall, and then somewhere around like 10 kilograms, not this heavy. Okay, so basically, the skinny version of myself, the really skinny version of myself, the version of myself that's really, just this young kid, young junior high school kid trying to also be consistent at exercising, like Saitama, like the MC of the comic book that inspired him to exercise. Okay, he just basically tried to be consistent at doing whatever exercises that he wanted to be consistent at. So basically, the thing that I did back like 7 years ago, I just grab on a pen and a paper, and then basically I just write this road to One Punch Man, road to One Punch Man, road to becoming One Punch Man. Basically, like, this is the kind of stuff that you create whenever you are feeling motivated, and then like, oh yeah, I gotta lock in. Okay, I gotta lock in, and then I just basically drop on a pen and a paper and just write down, yeah, this is going to be my journey on becoming really strong like One Punch Man, like Saitama. And then basically the thing that I do is I basically, just create on this, what do you say? A list of the exercise that I want to do. I want to do the dumbbells, I want to do the planks, I want to do the running, the jumping ropes, rope jumping and stuff. And I just have this tally. I just, whenever I do one of those exercises, I just mark, mark one, mark like this, mark, 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 mark. Yeah, basically it's really fun because the teenager version of myself, he was a really big fan of gaming. Well, I'm not saying that video games are bad. Well, it's a great way to relax and connect with your friends. But all the things that I do, like, when I'm still in the junior high school, it's just shifting between reading reading comic books, mangas, and playing video games. Okay, so it's just the combination of those two things. I was just thinking, like, how can I get the most fun in this life from comic books and also from video games? And to be honest, like, this new exercising routine that I have, it's not really a routine. So this exercising goal, it's more like this exercising goal that I have. It just makes me have this new goal that impacts my life in a really positive way. Because every single time now every single day I just look up on the paper that I stick to the wall, road to One Punch Man, journey to One Punch Man, and every single time I look at the numbers of how many times I've done some certain activity, some certain exercise. I kind of have this subtle motivation of, I want to increase the numbers. I want to also do my exercise today. I also wanted to, be stronger. I do not want to lose from my yesterday version of myself. If yesterday I can do, 2 minutes of planks, today I'm going to be able to do 3 minutes of plank. If yesterday I can do 10 reps of dumbbell, one set of 10 reps of dumbbell, today I'm going to be able to do 20, like 2 sets of 10 reps of dumbbell. I want to get stronger, okay? And I'm just being that skinny kid who's just flexing on the mirror, okay? But basically, like, 7 years ago I was really super skinny. Today I'm still skinny, but not that skinny anymore. But yeah, like 7 years ago I was really skinny, but I was really addicted to just go see the mirror and just basically flex my really skinny body. And I don't know, but at that time I really do thought that, wow, I was really muscular or something. But in fact I was just a really skinny kid. But yeah, I'm still happy to just basically remember those days, because it's just some young kid, 30 years old, 13 years old, just wanting to get stronger every single day. Yeah, it's not perfect. See, I'm not really consistent at those times, but at least, every single day I show up, even if I just maybe do some 1 minute of planks or anything. Basically, when I was still on the junior high school, I only got motivated whenever I feel like I want to do the thing. I only do the thing whenever I feel like I want to be doing the thing. So basically, how much exercise that I do is dependent of how motivated am I currently feeling that day. If I'm really feeling motivated that day, well, I can do, I don't know, hours of exercising, even though the form is not really that good because I'm just a kid. I was just a kid. But on the days when I don't really feel motivated, well, I don't know, maybe I just did 1 minute of plank, and then I just do all my, not to say, entertainment activity like play video games. So the lesson that I wanted to share here is that I want to highlight the positive and the negative side. The positive things that we can learn, and also like the negative things we can also learn, so we do not repeat the same mistake. So first thing first, my mistake. The good thing, the good mechanism, the good method about this, the good thing about this method is basically when I just have this really concrete, crystallized, materialized objective of, for example, dropping a pen and a paper and write down my goal, and then basically just put it down on my wall. I kind of have this really concrete thought in my mind, concrete goal, objective in my mind that, hey, you know what? Yeah, I created this paper, I created this commitment. It's not really a commitment. I created this goal for myself. Well, I want to be able to do it. Okay, I want to mark another tally. I want to mark another X on my exercising paper. Let's just call it exercising paper, because it feels really motivating to do it. Really, it's the sensation of just marking another X whenever we've done the thing that we said that we are going to be doing. Like, for example, like every single time we manage to finish 1 minute plank, and we just write down one tally on the paper, it feels really rewarding. Okay, because just like in video games, every single time we manage to finish our quest, we are going to get the reward. Well, the same thing happened here. Whenever we just finish the thing that we are creating goals, the goals that we created, and we just mark this X, okay? It feels really rewarding. And when it feels good, guess what? We are going to be wanting more of it, okay? We want more of it. We want more X marking on the paper. And how do we precisely do that? It is precisely by doing more of the activity. Okay, basically this is going to create some reward mechanism, reward system to some extent. But the negative thing here is my 7 years ago self, he didn't create any bare minimum. Okay? So, it really looks fluctuative. Some of the days he show up for hours, some of the days only minutes. And yeah, I should have created some bare minimum. Wait, I need to go. Bye bye.